Yeah, what's that in the world? Souls of the Track Slayer coming back again with that fog life. You know what I'm saying? This year's Cloud 9. You know what I'm talking about? And I was just sitting back thinking of something earlier, and I was just wanted to speak about on the way I used to think about, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers who got like a lot of fame and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like mainly I think I used to be thinking about like motherfuckers who rap and shit, like motherfuckers in the industry and mainstream or whatnot. I used to just think about, you know what I'm saying, like motherfuckers got this big platform and they can really help a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, through that speech. If they just wanted, if, you know what I'm saying, if they would just, you know what I mean, use that wisdom to use that talent to do something well. And I remember I was on YouTube watching some shit, and it was in the NO, and some dude he was talking about Wayne and shit, and bro was just basically stressing the same shit what I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Just saying like, like how bro he could really do help. You know what I'm saying? Cause and I think when that shit was recorded was maybe like a few years ago, like '09, 2010. Around that time, Wayne was like, I think that shit probably, you know what I'm saying? His shit kind of started ending. Not saying that he still ain't popular, or famous now, but like around like '05 through like 2010, like that nigga really was jumping in around that time. But anyway, what I'm saying? I used to just think about that shit, like all the rappers and shit, and it's just the famous people, like why they ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like why motherfuckers ain't like when I heard, yeah, this was really when I heard about that shit in Flint, Michigan. Like bro, the whole NFL, you know what I'm saying? That shit was in what Michigan, you know what I'm saying? But you got Michigan University, Michigan State University, you got Detroit Lions, Detroit Pistons, like bro, like the whole like you know what I'm saying? Like how you got NHL, WNBA, you know what I'm saying? You got the soccer league for the women. Like it's like all this MLB, all this fucking money, bro. Like the boxers, the UCF fighters, you know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck, bro? NASCAR racers, like y'all can't fix this water over here in Flint, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but you know what I'm saying? I had found out like the motherfuckers can't, they really can't do nothing because you know what I'm saying? There's certain contracts that they sign, that shit in their contract. You feel me? Like I know a lot of people don't really understand, you know, like the deal behind all that shit. But I remember reading this shit in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Reading all this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm reading it, and they talking about how motherfuckers do sacrifices and shit and, blood sacrifices or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Children or whatever and all type of shit like that. And at the time I didn't know it was talking about, you know, in our time I thought it was just talking about in time back then and shit like that. That's the way I was just looking at it and shit. But you know what I'm saying, as I started learning more and shit, I started realizing that you know what I'm saying, those prophecies and all that shit they talking, that shit is talking about today, like right now, like the shit that's going on right now. And that's the reason why them motherfuckers ain't fix that water for them like that. Them people over there in Flint like that. That's why everybody ain't gather that money up together and just, you know what I'm saying, tackle that situation because they can't. And most of them really don't give a fuck anyway. Most of them, you know what I'm saying, just demonic anyway. Like they just don't give a fuck. They don't have a heart to like, you know what I'm saying, to do that shit. And for the ones that do have a heart to do it, they afraid to do this shit because they know that they can't. You know what I'm saying? It, you know, the contract that they sign. You know what I'm saying? To gain that position. You know, it sounds fucked up, but that's the way they twerk in the world. That's the way they running shit. You know what I'm saying? And it be like certain TV shows, not certain, but mostly all the damn TV shows, they be throwing shit in there. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people I don't even think be catching that shit. They be having a lot of shit in there that has to do with, you know what I mean, God and Satan and just certain shit they be having. It can be about food or sex or whatever. You know what I mean? Like they just throw certain shit in there and they try to joke about it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, to make it seem like it's just a joke and shit. And it's just weird, man. How they be doing their thing, bro. It's just weird. Like sometimes I be trying to sit back, trying to like figure out what the fuck they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes sometimes that shit just really be mind blowing. Like what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck they got going on? But the whole time it's just like it's a lot of witchcraft and shit. It's a lot of like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of witchcraft and shit, and they just be trying to hypnotize you through all types of shit, through commercials, everything, man, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even sports, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, I remember when I was a kid though, when I found out that wrestling was fake, and I was like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? And I can remember the feeling this as a jit, like, you know what I'm saying? No wonder why I was looking at them punches sometimes and like, man, they look like they ain't even hit each other for real. So I remember as a kid I was pissed that wrestling was fake. Stop fucking with wrestling. I think that was like 99, 2000, some shit like that. And then see I was younger then, so if I was maybe like 15, 14 or something like that, I probably would have caught on and then like, okay, if wrestling is fake, and all the other sports fake too, because wrestling is sort of a sport. Not that type of wrestling, but you know that other, you know, that's the other wrestling that they be having in like high school and in college and shit. That's the one that's, you know, but you know wrestling is like preferred as a sport and shit. But you know, as I got older, around like, then when it was when I caught on with this football shit, it probably was like, I don't even know, bro. I don't even know when it really was, but it was like, it ain't been that long since I really caught on, like, that this shit was fluke too. But that shit demonic as a motherfucker, man. And just, you could just check out sports right now, that shit that's going on in the NFL and shit, and that shit crazy. Like, you can't even, nigga can't even hit them. I remember it was a point in time where NFL Live, you go to, on the ESPN and shit, like, they just straight talking about football. Now they be on this bitch talking about all type of shit, bro. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Y'all not even talking about football. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is wild as hell. That shit crazy, man. Back in the day when Dunn was playing, Sean Alexander and all them boys, like, I don't remember. Maybe I was too young to know that. Maybe I wasn't paying that much attention, but I don't remember all this crazy shit going on like this. So, but yeah, man, it's just they just really trying to keep us away from God, and they doing a damn good job at it. Cause a lot of people, man, like I say, like in a few other clouds, one of them, I don't know which one it was, but I mentioned on how I've seen people post a status about how, you know what I mean, they would rather go to hell because it's probably better than, it's probably more fun than heaven. And there's on Twitter, there's somebody on that big out account with the name Satan, and this motherfuckers on that bitch like they love Satan and shit, and I'm like, this shit crazy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I think that shit probably be like, you know what I'm saying, for motherfuckers who probably homosexual and shit, or for motherfuckers who, you know what I'm saying, child molesters or some shit, you know, they rather rock with Satan because they know he accept, you know, the shit that they do. And like, and I was reading a comment on YouTube the other day when this cat was like, you know, he mad at the government and all this shit, and people that's, you know, on some fucked up shit, and he was like, he mad at God too for letting everything go down. And I'm like, that if they can't get you to stop believing in God, they want you to be upset with God. Like, look, God, you know what I'm saying, allowing all these people, all these babies, you know what I'm saying, just, I don't know, it's just crazy, man. But, you know, we must keep it cooling. You know what I'm saying, for all of us that's keeping it cooling, and for whoever ain't keeping it cooling, you know what I'm saying, you gotta get with the coolness, you know what I'm saying, you gotta catch that breeze, you know what I'm saying, cause shit getting raw out here, and shit ain't gonna get no better. So we must be, you know what I'm saying, stirred up and prepared for something that's gonna go down and that's gonna shake everybody's nerve. You understand what I'm saying? Shit gonna be official. But we gonna hold it down, you know what I'm saying? Us together spiritually, it's gonna roll out, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's Fog Life, Cloud 9, you know what I'm talking about? We out here.